sucker.
Like I said, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the young guys. I'm a fan of Karrion Kross. What Karrion Kross has built in NXT has been awesome. I've said Karrion Kross is, grown ass man. When you see him, he's the type of guy you're gonna walk up to and say, "Hey, man, you want to try me?" He's the real deal.
Right.
As far as NXT goes, me personally, I always thought NXT should have been a form league for the young guys coming up. To try to make the NXT stars as big as the Raw stars and the SmackDown stars, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think you can do that. Those guys reaching a certain level, and we say, "Hey, man, we got to move them up out of this system. It's time to move them on to bigger and better things." But to think, from what you have watched on television, which is Karrion Kross and his undefeated record, and he's had some really good matches with a lot of guys in NXT. Come to Monday Night Raw against Jeff Hardy, and Jeff Hardy, like I said, then stole one from a guy like Karrion Kross, who was definitely, shouldn't have been expecting a guy with the integrity of Jeff Hardy would cheat. You're supposed to fight me fair and square. You're not supposed to put your feet on. So I'm looking at it from a storyline perspective, but when people say Karrion Kross now has been diminished to zero,
Buried,
because and then this is what they say, and I don't know if they understand or not what they're saying. They say it was a squash match. Well, Jeff Hardy's the one that was getting squashed. Okay. Jeff Hardy's the one that was getting squashed and slipped on a banana peel and got a victory. Okay, that's what I saw. But when I see these, so-called journalists write stuff like that, I just think, it's funny, and I just want the young guys to know that's out there that I'm 100% about what you guys are doing, and if I can help you in any kind of way, that's what I'm here for.
Well, yeah, but if anybody took anything you said as being disparaging toward anybody that we just brought up, especially Karrion Kross, well, that's silly. I just don't like the thing of, like, this is the funny thing of, if you say something positive about WWE, right? Booker's toeing the company line, right? It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. You could say, man, I really like Kofi Kingston. People be like, Booker's toeing the company line, right? Yeah. Now, and then you could take the same thing if you said, I think Kofi needs to work a little bit on this, this, and this. Oh, here's Booker being an old hater again, right? Like you can't please anybody, right? Unless you're preaching to the internet crowd. Which look, at the end of the day, you can have whatever opinion you want to have. Booker can have it, I can have it, who's ever watching can have it, who's ever on Twitter can have it, right? But don't try to belittle someone else's opinion, especially a guy who might know a little bit more, right? See, sometimes this is my thing. And Booker, you know this, and this isn't just me even, of course Brad's going to say that you're doing a show with him. There have been times where I've been what I would like to think is 100% on an idea or a view. Right there with a lot of people, I was agreeing with the Karrion Kross thing. I was like, this is terrible. Why do you bring this guy in and beat him? And I was on the phone with Booker the day before the show, and we were talking about it. And I was 100% on this thing. And during the conversation of somebody who, I don't know, has more experience in this industry than I have of life, being alive, you started to talk me through it. And I said, hey, you know what? That actually makes a lot of sense. I was like, you know what? Now I'm not as mad as I was before. So maybe people out there, if you react so vehemently, why don't you just stop for a moment and say, okay, what is he trying to say? Does he have a point? Before you label Booker towing a company line or being an old hater or whatever y'all want to throw at him, just try to consider the point of view before you just trash it.
Well, my thing is,
in my opinion, that's what I would do.
That's the thing. I'm going to try to find a silver lining. I'm not just going to just look at it. But there again, if it's bad, how many times have I said, man, nah, I'm not digging this. It's not the route that I would go.
Right.
And the thing is, I'm not going to sit here and trash it because that's the route that they want to go. If I don't like it, I don't like it. But you might want me to sit here and elaborate and say, man, they suck. Or they, whoever, did this and call that person. That's not what I'm here for. That's not what I'm here for. If I see something and I like it, I like it. If I don't like it, I'm going to let you know that I don't like it. The Karrion Kross thing, boom. He's a guy. I think that loss is going to do nothing negative towards his career. Me personally, I don't know how many matches that I've lost. I don't know if guys remember how I first came into WCW. So I know what this business is, and I know cream rise to the top. People talk about taking Scarlett away from Karrion. You've even talked about that. And the thing is, those two didn't walk in the door together or anything like that. They put them together. It's a great thing, and if it works, it works. If they keep them together, they keep them together. But for people to think that they are the reasoning something should be happening on this television, they should get that out of their head. Just because it's a television show. It's just like a movie. Directors, producers, cast members. And if you look at it any other way than that, you're going to get caught up. You're going to be one of these guys, in the chat, talking, about this guy and that guy, getting in arguments with people about. And for me, it's not worth it as far as getting in an argument about something that I know, as far as the way I look at it, I have the right to actually do that. You know what I mean? In my opinion, just like say, for instance, Conan, he looks at this thing totally different than I. I mean, I was listening to Conan talking, he thinks, what they built with Karrion Kross, man, they shouldn't have ruined it that way, because, man, Karrion Kross could have been a guy that could have feuded with Roman Reigns. And the thing is, that's true too. You know what I mean? So it's so many different ways to look at this thing for me. But there again, I'm trying to look at the silver lining, because if I was Karrion Kross, I don't want to hear on the internet that one match and now my career is over. Okay, that's the silver lining for me that I'm trying to make. What's up, this Booker T, two-time Hall of Famer. I know you're checking out the Shine, checking out the Gloss. I want to thank you guys for checking out Row on YouTube. Hey, don't forget to click and subscribe to check out all the latest content right here each and every week. Now, can you dig that, sucker?